Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Casper. There's been some exciting things happening throughout the market, especially in regards to Casper. You know, we have a lot of things to look forward to in December. In fact, tomorrow we get a little bit of an exciting news announcement from one of the dApps that are being built within the Casper ecosystem. We're going to be talking about that, and there's going to be so much more in this month. I'm very excited for it. But overall, before we fully jump into this video, I just want to ask if you guys could please leave a like on this video. I will greatly appreciate it. It does help the channel grow immensely. And with that in mind, let's talk about some exciting things. So first off, right now the market settlement is it's boring. It's honestly boring. And, in terms of what's happening within this market, I think that this is just kind of that nice little bore fest before the next major move. Or if you want to call it, the calm before the storm. We are watching Bitcoin and Ethereum closely. I have been watching these two very, very close. But more so, I'm watching Casper because we had a perfect test. I talked to you guys about it yesterday. We were waiting for that level to be tested. We had it perfectly. We got it pretty much tested at an exact point as well. We're going to be talking about that. But before we talk about the chart, I want to talk to you guys about some other things. But the trading volume is up about 14%. Nothing too crazy there. Still sitting at about a $570 million market cap. Still very early in its stages. But of course, my bags are already packed, as you guys know. I suspect that we will try to continue up in terms of price movement. Will we expect $1 by the end of the month? It's hard to say, but a lot of people do believe that we will. We're going to be talking about that as well. So with that in mind, before we fully jump on into this video, I just want to let you guys know, if you want to get my current trading indicators, my exit plans, and all that kind of stuff for Casper, HBAR, XRP, and so many other altcoins, you guys could do so on NCashOfficial.com. Of course, the best deal for your buck is the Ultimate Crusader Trading Bundle Pack, which does include everything on the website, as well as all feature content for free, and it is on sale, 35% off for a limited time only until the end of this month. So do so with that information what you will. Of course, you guys are not obligated to purchase anything, but with that in mind, let's move on. So we do see here, Casper continues to grow. How much will Casper be worth in 2022? Predictions are important. And I do want to ask you guys, so comment down below where you personally see Casper at. In my mind, in 2022, I think the sky is the limit. You guys already know, $4 to $7 is my main focus point. So of course I'm going with $2 to $4. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I'm very curious to know your guys' predictions on Casper. Now we also see here Casper, 85 cents by the end of December, looks very likely. So long as we hold this parabolic curve, getting a major bounce off of it right now. And if you guys do see, check this out. This is very interesting. The level that we just retested was very significant. We are also looking on this chart, and we're seeing a few levels up there. We're seeing, the 1272 fib level, the 1618, and the few that point out to me, or I should say the ones that stick out to me, is definitely the 4618, which would bring us to about that 86 centile range. This is fairly interesting. I gotta say, it's very interesting, and I do think that this month could be very, very bullish for Casper, especially with what is about to be announced. And you guys might be wondering, well, what is that? Well, check this out, right? First off, I said if you are a Casper holder, pay attention to December 10th, because we do see here that Casper pad is actually getting listed, or I shouldn't say listed, but it's launching on December 10th. This is pretty big. This is going to be the first ever launch pad that is backed fully by its own assets. So this is actually very interesting. This is going to be a next level, pretty much innovative launch, especially within the Casper ecosystem, and I'm very excited for this. We also have a lot more other things to come, like decentralized bridges and stuff like that are going to be released, decentralized exchanges. There's going to be a lot of stuff, guys. I'm very bullish about it. We also see here, is Casper getting an NFT marketplace on the 12th of December at 2 p.m. and this is coming from Wise Art. A lot of people on or a lot going on during December, and yes, it really is. There's a ton of stuff happening. This here, product showcase, customer/suppliers continues. So this is the launch of Wise.art. If you guys aren't aware, it is a significant NFT marketplace that is on Casper Labs, and we do see here, 2 p.m. possibly December. And if you guys missed out on this, sorry, I didn't have it open. But of course, this is pretty much talking about what's happening within December, and this could be very interesting to say the least, especially if we are talking about a lot of these launches that are taking place within, of course, the Casper ecosystem, which you guys know that we've been very bullish on since a fairly long time now. So, very exciting, very interesting to say the least. Of course, you do see our friends. We have a big announcement. We are launching our automated market maker on Casper Network testnet on December 3rd. So this is going to be very interesting, and of course, this is great for DeFi. This is going to bring DeFi to Casper, and it's going to be very interesting. Guys, pay attention to what is happening because these updates are not small. I know that a lot of people probably don't understand what an auto market maker is, or an automated market maker, is, but it is pretty big. We even seen it launch with Stellar Lumens, or XLM, and it did provide a lot of value, and it did actually boost the price a little bit, of course, before Bitcoin did, correct a little bit. But nonetheless, very bullish on it. We also see here, this is not your typical blockchain. It is designed for enterprise, but it is more efficient than 99% of dApps to build on, right? Web3 and NFTs on Casper are really special. A large community with a genius squad. Casper is coming, and it's coming very fast because in terms of the price, we have seen some major parabolic percentages already this year alone, and it is not slowing down and it is not stopping. Now, also, we have been watching the social volume very closely because, as you guys know, I've been watching the social volume or the social metrics for a fairly long time now. In terms of the 1 week, we are up actually 21.7% in price still, but we are seeing the social volume, the social engagement, and social contributors, all this actually pretty much increasing as the days go on. And of course, now I'm number 3 in terms of the top influencer, but it's all good because I believe that the more and more people who do, tweet out about Casper or talk about Casper is going to provide a lot more insightful insights to what Casper is actually doing. Right now, we are very undervalued at a $580 million market cap, and I believe that we will pretty much pump up at least 10x in terms of market cap by the end of this, bull run. Now, we also see here, sorry, I did not mean to click that. In terms of, the spam volume and stuff like that, the market cap, the market dominance, and the volatility is actually up. Market dominance 25%, market cap 31.1%. So, like I said, this is growing. We're still very early. Now, let's talk about the chart because a lot of things actually happened in terms of the chart. So, yesterday, I told you guys that we were expecting this drop in price. I said prepare to buy. This is why for anybody who did want to jump into Casper, you pretty much could have got in at a nice little percentage fractal. So, we came down actually 24.91%. And I did say that we could see, this 27% drop in price possibly to the 618 fib level. In fact, it looks like we pretty much settled almost on the 702 more. But of course, or I should say of course, we didn't pretty much settle on it perfectly. It was a little bit below it. But we did test the support zone that was pretty much put in place on the 28th and the 29th. This is pretty much where a lot of that support is. I was expecting this blue line to at least hold a little bit. It just did not, which is totally fine. But overall, the main support is around the 702. But I do suspect that we are now targeting a retest of the 24 centile range, which is right here on this line up here. Now, we have tested this multiple times in the past, but we have not tested it enough, in my opinion, to break it on this next ride up. So we'll probably test this, reject, maybe test resistance, maybe test the 21 centile range, maybe even test the 786 again at about 38 cents. So once we do break this, though, I will say this, we do target 28 cents, 28 and a half, 34 and a half cents, and then after that, it's the sky's the limit, right? So I do suspect that this will actually happen very fast. I think that December is going to be very bullish for Casper, for anybody who is interested in terms of what Casper is doing. Like I said, definitely keep up with them because right now the chart looks very bullish. In terms of the Bitcoin pair, we did retest some levels as well. In fact, it almost looks fairly similar to the USDT chart, except on this one, we're not exactly at the 702. In fact, we've rejected off of the 702 on that recent move up, and we pretty much gained traction, or I shouldn't say traction, but more so support. pretty much down here at about like 334 sats or so, which is above the 382. There's not too much that I'm looking for on this chart besides us retesting the 702, actually breaking above it and gaining some traction up, above the 786. And the reason why I say that is because even if we're looking back on the 7th and the 8th of August, we do see that again, we peaked pretty much right above the 786, reject it off of the top of this candle here, which is at around the 530 sat level. And then after this, it was pretty much just that downward slope. But the thing that's key here isn't where we topped at on the top of the candle. The top here is actually around the tops of these candles here, where we actually have a dead set point to actually go off of. And if we look here, we could actually kind of see this laid out a little bit better for us. In fact, if we're going off the top of these candles alone, we could see the level that we tested perfectly, which was on the 618, which I was calling for even on the USDT pair. And we didn't really hold the 702 at all. And right now we are technically breaking over the 786 if we're looking at it from this point of view, which technically is a logical way to look at it, but I'm more so going off of the tops of these candles just for a technical standpoint. But of course, in terms of what Casper is doing, I believe that the Casper chart is more than ready to really kind of continue its move up. In terms of the weekly chart, so let's actually get rid of everything over here and let's go to the weekly chart. Let's check out how bullish this weekly chart looks. So we've been looking at this for a little bit of time, actually since around the beginning of October, and right now this looks very strong. Again, you can clearly see the 24 centile range being tested here with a rejection, and of course that is the point that we were gaining some support on during the 7th and the 14th, the week of the 7th and the 14th of June, before it did get, of course, smashed through and we pretty much bottomed out officially. So overall, if we do break over 24 cents, that's significant. That's a significant point that we are pretty much ranging for on Casper. Do I believe that $1 by the end of the month is possible? Yes, I believe so. In terms of this chart here, this 85-cent Casper for the overall curve, I think that this is possible. In fact, I don't think that this is unlikely at all. I think that it's going to be exploding very, very soon. In terms of the ecosystem, like I said, it's growing and prospering day by day. And I believe that in terms of the social volume, all of this hand in hand is probably going to allow for us to have some major higher targets being retested well above the 20 cents range, probably into the 35 centile zones plus, and I'm very excited for that. Of course, we do have one major last weekly resistance point to test, which is around the 30 cents range, but I believe that this will range us to the 34.5 centile range. So with that in mind, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this. Before this has been Nick. Peace out, guys.